I've been hearing a lot about this infinite banking, become your own bank type deal, man. What is your top? What do you think about that?
You know, it's really interesting. The first thing that always comes to mind when I hear that is people talk about being their own bank, but these exact same people don't have any money. Most of the institutions I hear about that's a bank, they have resources. And for most of the people that are doing these, these products, let's just say, they got $100 or maybe $200 a month. I just don't see how you're going to be able to do all the things that the projections and things are talked about. You know, they're saying, hey, you're going to be able to put a down payment on a house. You're going to be able to send your kids to college. You're going to be able to, you're going to be able to start a business. You know, there's all these great things you're going to be able to do. Where's the resources coming from? You're the one that's got to fund it, right? And probably the biggest thing I'm always telling people is that, infinite banking is not even a product. You can't go to an insurance company and say, hey, let me get one of those infinite banking. It doesn't exist, right? So typically what ends up happening is you got to put it in some sort of cash value program like Whole Life, or even today, you're talking about IULs and things like that.
Okay. So you mentioned that you can do things like start a business, buy a home. Well,
That's what they say.
What type of projections are they saying from rate of return standpoint from an investment?
And you used a word there. You said the word investment. Well, it's not technically an investment because it's not put in an investment vehicle. It's pretty much a glorified savings account. And there are returns that they talk about you can get, high type of rates of returns that you could possibly get. And that's true. There are decent, better than average returns that will be generated. But the challenge is it going to you? See, it doesn't matter what the particular returns are, because if I told you we're going to have a business transaction here, but what I make with your money, what I make, you're going to get half of. Does that sound interesting to you? And it may not break down exactly like that, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get the totality of the returns that was actually made in whatever the vehicle was.
So they're basically not telling the story. They're not really telling us the whole story.
They're not telling you the whole story, half the story, 25% of the story. Because most people, if they were to get the information, if they were to get the facts, they would find out. Because I think probably one of the things that's the most, kind of confusing for people is you do understand we're talking about a life insurance program, right? It kind of gets lost in the shuffle. Most people are buying a life insurance program where if something were to happen to them, it's going to take care of their family. But now all of a sudden, this savings portion of it kind of muddies the waters, and it's telling you, okay, you're going to be able to do this, you're going to be able to do that, you're going to be able to borrow against it. But at the end of the day, and I'm always telling people, just from my own personal, professional opinion, it's not that maybe a Whole Life or a IUL is a horrible thing to do, or it's a horrible plan. It's just there are much better options. If you just do a little bit of research, right? For decades, people knew they could get more protection through like term insurance, right? Yeah. You could get 3 or 4 times the coverage for the same money, right? Maybe even more. And then put the money or this investment side, because it is very important to invest for the future. You put that in IRA. You can put it in a Roth IRA more specifically and get some of the same benefits that they're sharing with you.
So basically, people just need to do their research and do what's suitable so they can know what's suitable for them.
Absolutely, because once a person examines apples to apples, it's going to make a much better apple pie right over here.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
100%.